still pay me, but
Well, I mean, that's the thing about this whole situation. It's like nobody, unless you've been doing like the 10,000 hour rule, that's
yeah.
real, man. That's a real deal, you know? And so, like, even this, like, every show, I learned something new. I don't know. There's just like little nuances that it's like, God, well, how come I haven't done that before? And it just stacks. And I'm sure it's like that with so you do some filmmaking stuff, right?
I did originally.
Okay.
Yeah, that was how I first got into this whole artistic, kind of stage of my life.
Yeah.
Because I was just doing corporate at Dell.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? I like went to Texas Tech, was in a fraternity and did all that stuff. You know what I mean?
Ain't nothing wrong with that either.
No. Oh, no, it was a ton of fun. Yeah,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong for sure. But yeah, it was when I left Dell, I pursued filmmaking and like went waiting tables at Allen Draft House. And
Nice.
essentially just, felt like I was 19 or something. You know what I mean? Because all the people that were working there were either, like 50 or 19.
Yeah.
Because we were the only Allen Draft House where they didn't have any stairs.
Oh, which one was that?
It's the Village.
Oh, okay.
So like it just has like slopes. You know what I mean? Like there's no stairs anywhere for anyone in the kitchen, anyone who's a server. You know what I mean?
Oh man, did you rock some Heelys? Taking everything out and trying some Heelys.
Yeah, they probably would have allowed something like that for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then they'd be like, shut this shit down, because you're carrying all that food stuff. But yeah, no, it was a fun experience, like wouldn't trade anything for what I've done.
Yeah.
But yeah, I still had this burning desire somewhere deep down, for filmmaking. And my girlfriend, Shannon, she jokes like she went, well, I think she's also kind of serious, wants to be like an executive producer, not really have to know too much about movies, but still be involved. You know what I mean? You just got to bring the capital.
I mean, it takes all kinds to make the world go around for sure, man.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for being here. So LSD, I saw something with you and Brian and I was like, oh, I'd seen Think Flamingo around town, but, really just want to understand who you are as a person, your role in the scene and talk about Think Flamingo and what you got going on. So you're a unicorn. You're one of those Austinites, born and raised. You didn't go to, I went to A&M. So you didn't go to the other school, but you went to the other school, which is cool. Which is cool, man.
Yeah.
So what part of town did you grow up in?
Yeah, dude. First of all, thanks for having me, dude. This is awesome. It's cool doing this type of stuff, Yeah,
it's fun. It's fun to just hang out on a Sunday and just talk about music.
Yeah, exactly. Even though I didn't take you up on your offer, me being able to have tequila at 10 in the morning at your house, that's not a bad note to start on. But no, I mean, I grew up in northwest part of Austin.
Okay.
Which, probably sounds different now compared to what it sounded like in the 90s.
Probably.
Because, in the 90s, Northwest was like this neighborhood at the bottom of Mount Bonnell, where it kind of meets the river. That's where I grew up. So yeah, grew up Northwest. Back then was like Mopac area, right? But now if you think of Northwest, you're probably thinking of like Burnet or, or like Georgetown.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was not that.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's true Northwest Austin proper.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And so you went to McCollum, right?
Yeah. Well, we pronounce it McCallum.
McCallum, yeah.
That's like the Texas way.
Yeah. So did you know Austin Alvarado?
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I saw that you had that in the notes and it put a smile on my face because, that's an old friend.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we went to A&M together and he played rugby with a bunch of my buddies from high school and he just kind of joined our high school group.
Oh, nice.
And he lives down in San Antonio now, but shout out Alvarados. They're great people.
They are, dude.
Beautiful
There's 20 things I could say about the Alvarados right now. There's one story I could share with you.
Come on, bring it.
You want.
All right. I can't wait to send this to Austin. He's gonna love it.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So Austin lived in Big Bend.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And God, it's so beautiful out there.
Talk about filmmaking.
Yes. There's another time I was out there helping a buddy shoot a short film, and that's a different story. But yeah, this was just me hopping on an Amtrak. I'm by myself in this entire train compartment. You know what I mean? So I haven't been doing anything.
Yeah.
But I chose to sleep. And so it was, I want to say it was maybe like an 8 or 9 hour train ride. And then he drove an hour out of Terlingua to come pick me up.
Nice.
Since it wasn't going to take me all the way
Was this
there.
when he was working down in Terlingua?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It was like the Flying Squirrel versus the tour guide company or whatever.
Yeah.
And it was such a nice trip. It was my first time being out there. My first time remembering seeing as many stars as we have, out there when there's like that light ordinance in the city where no light can be pointed out, and And yeah, he and I just had a great time. He took me on one of those river rafts, and we did like a river tour where he was the only one paddling, and I was just there with a cooler of beer, and it was just he's the nicest guy. And then whenever we were leaving, I was kind of being vulnerable with him about me pursuing this type of stuff.
Yeah.
And he was talking about how he's kind of like doing his own thing and like away from his family. It was kind of like a emotional, like sentimental in like a good way, like 30 minutes of our ride with him dropping me off. And that was just one of those moments where I won't ever forget it. And anytime I'm with him, I'll always have like that good feeling of being like, you're a real one, and he's still doing great stuff, like stumbled in to filmmaking, and now he's like probably a really respected cinematographer.
Oh yeah,
just in a matter of like a few years.
The River and the Wall opened my eyes up and I'd like to say I know the guy pretty well. I mean, I spent a couple of years with him, and I had no idea his story and his family's story and how many stories are out there like that, and that turn into success stories like the Alvarados, and they got a great restaurant up north now and all that. So it's awesome.
Yeah, it's very good Guatemalan food.
Yes, it is. I'll have to look it up. So yeah, shout out Alvarados. But all right, so you ended up pursuing the filmmaking deal.
Correct. Yeah. And it worked out for a little while.
Okay.
It was fun.
Yeah. And so you have a couple short films, one short film. What?
Yeah, so it was probably 3 short films I made, and we did like film premiere events for.
Nice.
But I also made some skits.
Really?
Where I would just, put myself under the influence of something, and then just like have fun at my house, just like come up with some really stupid, but like I think some people think is really funny stuff. But me being in corporate, like I can't go make it all available online.
Sure.
But like I get a freaking kick out of watching the stupid stuff I made.
At the end of the day, if it makes you happy, who cares?
Exactly. Like, and YouTube's got that private option.
Toggle
on.
Yeah, exactly.
This is just for me and mine's.
Yeah, no, I definitely feel that, and I read that article and that you were in Voyage Austin, and you talked about the 2 different kind of personas that you feel like you carry, and dude, that resonated with me because more people are finding out about this show that I work with. I don't really talk about it a lot. Yeah. In my professional world, and nothing to get, like I don't have anything to hide. It's just I'm in construction, right? It very corporate. It's I don't know. It just resonated with me. Like you do something that makes you happy, and you do something for yourself, and you can't always bring that to the table in those environments.
100%. Yeah.
I feel that. So with Think Flamingo now, is that the full-time gig?
No, it's not full time.
Okay.
It's definitely part time. However, it's part time all the time.
Yeah.
So I don't know what that means per se, but I'm always thinking about it. Whenever I have the time,
it's on your mind.
Yeah, it's on my mind, and there's always so much to be done.
Yeah,
which is a good problem to have.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you keep yourself busy with it, you're just going to continue to grow.
Mm-hmm.
So, what is the kind of overall mission and goal of Think Flamingo?
I would say I love the idea of building a community and supporting the history and culture of Austin, Texas, because it's not perfect, but there's so much good that has happened here and can continue to happen, and some people have to help cultivate that.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to be one of those small players who can hang my hat at the end of the road and say I feel like I did my part in keeping Austin cool.
Keeping it weird,
staying weird, insert anything that you want.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and that's a tall task. I mean, to me, what immediately comes to mind as to why I say it's a tall task is there's a lot of outside influences directly against that, not intentionally. Just look at the COVID bubble that was created in the development and people, you've grown up here, man. I had Clint straight on last week, and just the identity of the city, we're talking about has changed. And it's, good or bad, depending on who you are and what you do and everything like that. But yeah, I mean, props to you, like respect, because that's a deal.
Thanks, man. I mean, I like to think that I just have ideas and feel confident putting in the time and effort to make them happen, but it does require lots of help from lots of people. So being the idea guy who has the commitment to execute. That's kind of my role, but like everyone else who's performing and is bringing the talent and pursuing their own dreams and, using their skills, it's a whole team effort, right?
Yeah.
So, although, it can feel like a lot to do, but, social media, for better or worse, it can keep people connected.
Yeah.
And that's why I love collaborating with people on posts and stuff and, reaching their audiences and other people finding out about you and you finding out about other people. And it kind of just becomes this whole interwoven, inner community.
It's how the world works, man, especially in the Austin music community. If you're a real person with real intent, you're going to continue to grow and develop because people want to work with real people and that have real goals and things outside of money, basically, you know what I mean? And so how long has it been around?
So technically, I hosted my first event for a film premiere as Think Flamingo back in, I want to say 2018.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It was a long time ago. And by the way, I probably never circled back on like that initial question, but started off the film, did a film premiere event, and I thought to myself, oh man, the event aspect is way up my alley than making short films. Because you're by yourself a lot, like editing and writing.
Yeah, of course.
And all that stuff. So that's not as fun as, throwing a
Well,
party.
you have to have a passion for that side of it, right? Because like you said, it's a grind for sure. And makes sense.
So technically hosted events since like 2018. And then COVID happened and then bounced back, but really just putting all my eggs in this Stay Weird Austin basket right now, man.
It makes sense. So, is it just you? Do you have I know you just touched on it. You partner with a lot of organizations and groups, but in terms of the management and kind of coordination, is it just you? Do you have people working with you directly as Think Flamingo?
Yeah, so I wouldn't say there's any Think Flamingo employees.
Sure.
I'm a sole proprietor in that sense where I'm just, doing taxes and stuff on my own and managing Think Flamingo, from a legal standpoint.
Yeah.
But I am partnering with two people more than I am other people.
Okay.
And so I would consider them part of the Stay Weird Austin crew.
Okay.
And it's Maxie Shepard and Brian Bounds, Brian and LSD.
Oh, yeah.
And they have been a huge help.
Awesome.
Just, from everything, brainstorming to shooting content, coming up with ideas, telling me I'm crazy whenever I need to be told,
That's fair.
Keeping me grounded.
And so how did you get plugged in with them?
I think I met Maxie just through a friend through the music scene. That was probably 3 or so years ago, I'd say. And then Brian through Maxie, honestly. She's very much in the music community as well.
Yeah.
Neither her or I are musicians.
Sure.
But we love the musicians. And, we happen to have fun hanging out before and after shows and stuff. And so, huge shout out to Maxie. And then, Brian, I've probably known him maybe only 2 years.
Yeah.
But he's really awesome.
So he's a warm, kind man.
Yeah.
That whole band is.
They're so interesting.
When I had him here, it's funny because I can just visualize where everybody was sitting and Shoe Doggy was just out in the corner, just had his feet kicked up, just twirling his mustache. What I'm getting at is they all bring their own little personalities that make up this greater group. And I don't know, man. I just love those guys. They're great people, make great music. I've never met Maxie, but I've heard good things about her. I think she had something to do with one of their songs.
Ain't No Time for a Bad Time.
Ain't No Time for a Bad Time, which is one of my favorite songs. So we talked a little bit about the show. So yeah, okay, that's good. I'm glad you got them involved.
Yes,
that's awesome.
It's awesome. And then of course, Chasen at Sagebrush and Mike at Sagebrush. Okay. They've both been very helpful with this whole thing. They connected me with a decent amount of the sponsors that we got.
Awesome.
Even if it was just sending me an email address and or a phone number, you know what I mean?
Just all it takes.
Yeah, just letting me pursue and everyone loves Sagebrush. All the sponsors, I swear, probably half, if not more, of the reason why they're a part of it is just because they love Sagebrush and they want to support it.
man, it's a great venue. You know, the logistics of it all make sense. It's a big venue. It's a South Austin venue. It's got parking, you know, big outdoor space in the back, good sized stage, great dance floor, room if you're not dancing to hang out, good sized bar. It really makes, it is a great venue. I love Sagebrush.
Sponsored by Sagebrush.
Yeah. This episode's brought to you by.
No, but
hey guys, just want to jump in here real quick.
No, but it does. I mean, to me, it feels like what I imagined old Austin felt like.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I grew up here, sure. But like when you're a kid, you don't really, you know, you're just a kid.
Yeah, I feel that. I mean, I used to come to Austin all the time growing up. And I've been here 10 years, but I can't say I'm San Antonio. You know, that's my home. But my first memory of Austin, it seems made up now that I'm like doing this podcast, but I was like 6th or 7th grade at the Pecan Street Festival on 6th Street. I'll never forget seeing Leslie, asking my mom what that was about. And like I said, it feels made up. My two memories are seeing Leslie, and then I was already obsessed with Stevie Ray. And so we were on 6th Street, and I'll just never forget like hearing some band playing a Stevie Ray song, and that's my earliest memories of Austin. So
those are two phenomenal memories.
And like I said, it sounds made up, and I was thinking about it the other day. I was like, no, like, you know, yeah. Anyways, I feel
there's something beautiful about that, and honestly, I want to bring back Leslie's, you know, spirit or just energy in some form or fashion with Stay Weird Austin. You know, I don't know if we need to have like Leslie there, because I don't want to be, you know, disrespectful or anything like that. Sure. But maybe like a Leslie Award or something like that, you know?
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Or like there's also like some guy named Daniel, you know, who passed away some years ago. He was the front man for Nane.
Mm-hmm.
God, that guy was such a great human being and would have continued to do such great things for like the Austin music scene. Yeah. He was very helpful with people as well. And, you know, I've thought about like making an award for him too, you know, although he's not as probably popular or not as popular, as famous as Leslie.
Well, it's important to memorialize, if you will, the people that you feel have impact. So I think that's a great idea, man. You just got to figure out what the category is and how to set it up. Exactly. So Stay Weird Austin, this is your second show coming up.
Yeah. Second annual.
So man, the first one, that lineup, unbelievable.
It was pretty sick, wasn't it?
I mean, Bob, Paul, Soulman, JD Clark, TSA, Text String
Stevens.
Yeah. I know I'm missing a couple. Mm-hmm. But so I mean, the thing I loved about the lineup is it wasn't one dimensional. You had some country, you had some blues, you had whatever bucket you want to put Bob Schneider in. He's just in the Bob Schneider bucket, you know. So what? How did that come to be? And I guess what was the whole catalyst to making Stay Weird Austin happen?
Yeah, so I thought to myself after probably my last event before Stay Weird Austin, I was like, okay, that was fun, that was good and all, but do I want to be doing this same thing 10, 20 years down the road? No, I don't want to have this much time and effort going something where, you know, a couple hundred people show up and I do that once every 4 months. It's like, that's not good enough. You know, like there's more I could be doing. There's more people I could reach. There's more value I could be bringing. And I was like, all right, well then how do you start getting random strangers to come to your stuff? I was like, all right, well, I probably need to get sponsors and I need to make sure there's like quality to the event. And so I was like, all right, well, how do I get sponsors? And also, how do I just partner with more people? And I was like, well, I should work with a nonprofit, you know? Nice. So I did some research and then I ended up learning about Preservation Austin. Yeah. I had learned about them by Googling historic Austin tour, because I had this idea of being like a bus tour guide where you go to 3 or 4 or 5 staples in Austin and we're having a good time. It's like a
music
Austin
staples.
Tour. Yeah,
any staple.
Yeah, or just maybe any staple, but you know, probably start with music. Yeah. And then I learned about Preservation Austin. So all this to say, I realized I need to partner with a nonprofit so I can bring value and so I can get more people on board, because people like to do stuff for a good cause, right? Yeah. So I thought of that, and then I thought, well, like, how could I get the biggest impacts? You know, how could we reach the most people, get the most people excited? Mm-hmm. Well, I'm from Austin, and everyone keeps talking about Austin losing its culture, you know, so let's just try to combat that. Let's try to preserve, what you love in your hometown while also helping other people not feeling like they're coming here and not having a way to help versus to bring down the ship.
Yeah.
So that's how it all kind of came to fruition. I was like, well, I can't call it Keep Austin Weird, but I want people to quickly understand without even knowing the context what the event's going to be about.
Yeah.
And so I made a long list of options, and Maxie helped me come up with Stay Weird Austin. So
nice.
I love it, dude. I think we have like land over a ton of gold, and we just need to mine down there and get it. But this idea and this thing we're creating, I think it could spread to thousands and thousands of people, be multiple days, multiple venues. Essentially, some like companies get acquired, and they like lose their way. I would love to never be acquired, but for someone big to like come involved and say, "Hey, Clete, you've done great leading up to this. But if you partner with us, then we're gonna skyrocket this, and you're still gonna, be involved, but you're not maybe gonna be the sole only guy who's like driving the train."
Well, I mean, but that's a great goal. As long as it doesn't lose its, really just. What's the word I'm looking for?
Shtick.
Yeah, exactly. That's yeah. Well, yeah, but I mean, like you said, it's all about preserving what you're trying to preserve. And if you can do that with a partner that can expand resources for you, why the hell not?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that makes complete sense.
Especially if it's a trustworthy brand.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
They've got a good track record.
Yeah. Well, and there's a lot of organizations in town. And, talk about the music community, obviously a lot on the show, and it's like that's what makes the Austin scene what it is. It's not just the people on stage; it's the community feeling of the music scene. So, so you got Stay Weird Austin again coming up, second annual, August 22nd, Sagebrush,
Saturday, baby.
Let's do it
all day.
And so, who are some of the bands you're partnering with, and what's the lineup? Who are the vendors? Give me the rundown.
Yeah. All right, you got a minute, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot going on.
Let's do it.
All right, so we're gonna have 3 p.m. doors. We're gonna have my boy DJ Fajita Flats be playing some Texas country tunes while people learn some free two-step from this fine young woman, Beth Coffee.
Oh yeah,
yeah. She normally teaches at the White Horse,
that's
but
right.
She's willing to bring her talents over to Sagebrush as well. And so, that's going to kick things off great. And then Sydney Conklin is going to start playing at 4, and she's really great.
Awesome.
I also work with her at my day job at Ninja One.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. Also with Nico Little. He also works at Ninja One.
Really?
It's hilarious how many people are starting to work at Ninja.
Oh, that's awesome. I knew about Nico, but now you say that, but I didn't know Sydney worked. That's awesome.
Yeah. They're both great people. I love them. So, Sydney's going to ball out at 4 to really kick things off. Yeah. And then the Ransom Brothers are playing at 5, and I laugh because whenever we spoke, they've been doing very well for a long time.
Mm.
This Dutton Ranch thing hasn't hurt them. You know what I mean? Like, have you heard about that?
Yeah.
They've been in an episode, the season finale, and then they had one of their other songs also in one of the other episodes. And I only bring that up because I think there's some people who have discovered them through that itself, through the Dutton Ranch show, and that includes people in Austin. And I know they're going to bring a lot of people out, and it's only going to be 5 o'clock, which it's not scary by any means, especially Sagebrush.
No, it's probably, exciting, really exciting. That is exciting.
Like middle of the day, it'd be dope if it was all packed.
Yeah,
just at 5 o'clock, and then after that, we're going to have Tony Camel.
Mm-hmm.
He's really great. He's been playing in Austin for over 20 years, and then Monica Valley is going to be playing, and she shreds. She's going to bring that Antone's blues and soul, to Sagebrush. We're really stoked on that. And then my buddies, me and Adam, who I was hanging out with yesterday, they're going to be performing there as well. And we got All Hat, No Cadillac, which is a 90s, essentially Texas country cover band.
Yeah.
They have like a residency pretty much at Sagebrush, and they bring the house down. They bring a lot of people there. And then the Louisiana Surf Department is going to, shut it down from like midnight to 1:30. So it's a stacked lineup, man.
Yeah. For sure. And so aside from the music, you're going to have they got some space in the back. So you're going to activate the hell out of that.
Yeah. There's going to be a lot of vendors out there selling stuff, giving stuff away. Some businesses, some are just folks that do pop-up markets and stuff like that. So it's going to feel very intimate, it's not going to feel super corporate, and there'll be some fun stuff to do out there. Like last year, I believe it was Howdy. They had like a little miniature like bull rope situation where you throw the lasso around the horns or whatever, just silly stuff like that, back toss or whatever, cornhole.
Man, one of my favorite Wrangler shirts that my wife bought for me was from that vintage truck back there, back of Sagebrush.
Oh, was it the Ramblin'? Was it in the corner?
Yeah, it was in the corner. I'm not even sure what their name was, but it is the cool. Like I just gotta. I'll bust out the shirt later. It's just a cool Wrangler shirt. I don't know. It's a vintage shirt, but
of course, though. No, yeah. I mean, there'll be lots of stuff for people to enjoy like that.
Yeah.
Cool vintage wear.
Yeah. No. Okay. And so, who else do you have involved in terms of any sponsors you want to?
Yeah, we got some phenomenal sponsors, man. I see you got a Willie Nelson portrait here. We got Willie's Remedy sponsoring.
Very nice.
Like the THC beverage. Stuff is delicious. And then we got Armadillo World Headquarters also sponsoring.
Very nice.
Yeah, my friend Candace over there. She helped make it happen. I helped them with their Armadillo Live event at Central Machine Works a few months ago. And so those are like, two awesome Austin institutions
staples.
or people, you know what I mean? Businesses. So super stoked on that. And then we got like Lone Star and Casa Amigos and Wild Gens. We got liquor, we got beer, we got Rambler. Everyone loves Rambler in Austin, right? So yeah, dude, we got some pretty dope ass sponsors
coming at this proper, man. That's awesome.
And then, also my friend Shelby, she owns this company, Pro Graphics. Okay. They're super badass. They do a bunch of wraps and displays for big events like Circle of the Americas or stuff at the Moody Center. And so they're sponsoring too. So they'll help provide that stuff. So, we'll have some really cool banners and probably like retractable stuff we can have them make. And so, yeah, it's so cool. So many people. And then, my friend Laura Betancourt, she's a realtor. She is going to be hopping in, helping us as well, So it's just a ton of people are seeing the value of getting involved. And we're very lucky, because it makes it sustainable, hopefully.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, sustainable, make it so is your goal to keep it an annual thing? I know we talked on the big goal, but like howdy, everyone. Before we get back to the show, I wanted to give a special shout out to the folks over at Straight Music. Clint and the team have been great supporters of Austin Music People, and they want to support you as well. If you're in the store, just mention Austin Music People Podcast for 10% off the marked price on any one invoice. If you're ordering online, use the code AMP10 at checkout for the same 10% off. That's capital A, capital M, capital P, and the number 10. Restrictions do apply. Go check them out. Tell them we sent you. And let's get back to it. Eventually, like, do you want to try and just keep the cadence of an annual? Do you want to try to get it bi-yearly, whatever?
I think to start, it's probably best to keep it annual until it gets too big for its britches.
Yeah.
That's the goal. The goal is to have it be sold out and there's a few people waiting to get in.
Sure.
We don't necessarily ever want like a long line for people to have a bad experience, but I want to grow too big to where it has to be multiple times a year. Or it has to be multiple times within a weekend or multiple venues within a day.
Yeah.
I'm definitely floating around all the ideas in my mind. But yeah, eventually it's going to happen more than just once, I think.
Well, when you say multiple venues, multiple times a day, I mean, I immediately go back to Ham Day. I mean, that's a totally different situation.
Bingo.
But like, we know it's possible, right? If the cause is good and the city feels, they support it, we know it's possible. We know it can be successful.
Yeah, I would be lying if I were to say that it hasn't crossed my mind.
Yeah, of course.
Ham Day and what that does for the community and how easy it is for people to get involved. Like for a lot of people, you can just drive to a restaurant 5 minutes away and they're supporting Ham Day.
Or go to HEB.
Yeah, go to HEB and Shiny Ribs is throwing it down on Old I went there, dude. I'm like, this is so freaking epic.
It is.
This is so cool.
It is. It's like, it's really hard to explain the feeling. Like whenever you walk into an HEB to get some freaking cilantro and fajitas and Shiny Ribs is just ripping.
This fucking guy walking around with this swirly beard, just acting hilarious. Yeah, it's moments like that make me think Austin's still really cool.
Yeah,
and hopefully we'll be able to cultivate something like that. But not trying to copy anybody.
No, I mean,
we're trying to be original.
It's funny. I was actually, now that I think about it, I was at a Shiny Rib show and I came up of the concept of this show. random. So there's a couple ticket package that I thought was interesting to point out. Not because you got some raffle prizes built up in there and all that kind of good stuff. So
yes, yeah. So options are you can just show up and you don't have to pay for anything other than being there, right?
Yeah.
And just supporting the cause.
Yeah,
so that's one option. We want to make it available. Just like if you're a bar, you want to have that cheap beer shot combo available. I've heard that's really important for businesses. So I want to have that option. But then of course, we do have some badass raffle prizes. We got ACL wristbands. And we got this fun package that is going to involve free stay night at the Driscoll, and you get a free massage. And
Very nice.
We're going to have a ton of stuff available. $500 gift card from Zilker Belts, and then in terms of like the other ticket options, VIP, right? So I know that there's some people who want to get more involved even than just being there, right? They're like, hey, how else can I support? It's like, all right, well, I'll give you some fun treats and drinks and stuff and some merchandise, which doesn't hurt to have people, acquire from you, and then some fun surprises as well. So, and then also there's like a group discount option, which I think is smart. I think people should utilize that. Essentially, you buy 4, you get 1 free.
Yeah. I mean, that was the intriguing part for me. Right? It makes sense. Like it makes sense for really anybody, but especially a guy in my position. So what other events have you been a part of? You touched on the filmmaking deal, obviously Stay Weird. Is there anything else you've kind of done around town?
So I do get involved to some extent with a lot of other types of events, volunteering for stuff.
Yeah.
Preservation Austin, I'll help out with some other stuff too. And, even the film scene, not as much as I would like to, but, I used to really get involved into like the film volunteers for Austin Film Fest, South by Southwest, the Austin Film Hall of Fame Awards, all that stuff. So I like to just put myself out there and meet people, and honestly just learn. Like, although it's never with the intention of studying and like bringing a pen and paper, but you're in your mind and in your subconscious, you're probably collecting this stuff.
Of course, and that's half the game. If you don't enjoy learning about or investigating and researching and understanding the concepts and the core values of what you enjoy, what are you doing it for? Right? Like if you're just in it just to be the face of this, like this live series, you'll fizzle out because your passion's not there. Right. And so that makes complete sense, man.
Yeah.
So talk to me a little bit about your relationship with Armadillo World Headquarters. The world did its thing. The universe did its thing. And like the day after I DM'd you about this show, we ran into each other at Central Machine Works for, which by the way was awesome.
Yeah. For Armadillo Live.
Armadillo Live. My son loved it. Great way to bring the family out on a Saturday or Sunday morning and just, go drink some beer and let the kids jam out some Grateful Dead.
I know. That was so epic at like 11 in the morning.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, see, this is also Austin, let's go bring our friends and trip out to the Grateful Dead. With our kids.
With the kids parachuting and running around and stuff. But no, man, like you can't really do that in a lot of other cities. Like name a city where Franklin's Tower is being played in the background and my son is playing with the parachute and I'm drinking beer while my wife is feeding our twins. It doesn't exist, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'll always preach about Austin.
Yeah. So, Armadillo World Headquarters. So talk to me about your relationship with them.
Yeah, so I met Candace. She was actually behind the merch booth a couple of years ago at a Central Machine Works event. I don't know if it was Armadillo Live or what, but I met her and she was great. And we met and got coffee and I shared my aspirations and she was telling me, I'm working at Armadillo World Headquarters, for as long as I would like to, as long as I can. And so, yeah, she just is very helpful. And what a great institution to be involved with. I mean, even though it's not the venue where Bruce Springsteen, and people were come to play from out of town, but it's still a spirit that is being kept alive and great social media presence. So that they're interacting with a lot of people, giving themselves lots of chances, to collaborate. And I just can't help but want to be friends with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. Well, and like you said, just because the brick and mortar might not be there, the spirit is there. And I know that there's a long history of success with that venue, and not just success, but talk about historical and cultural preservation. I mean, that was one of the places that made Austin music what it is.
Oh yeah,
And
big
so
time.
I mean, and every genre, I mean, it didn't matter if it was punk rock or country or blues, whatever. That was such an important place for the city, and so I'm glad that, I mean, it just aligns so well with what you're trying to do.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I think it does too. And yeah, I really wish I could have experienced being there in the venue, because I just heard stories that it was like friends and friends of friends who were essentially working the venue.
Yeah.
Like people, not necessarily there as like, oh yes, I'm the bartender of Armadillo World Headquarters. It might be like, I'm gonna go help at Armadillo World Headquarters this weekend, and I'll be behind the bar.
That's cool.
I can't say that for fact, but maybe that's one of the reasons why they weren't able to continue, is just because it was just a differently run business, but made it so special, and that flame was so bright while it was burning.
Well, and I know that they have, I'm sure they recorded every single episode that was there, either audio, video, or both. So hopefully, one day that gets out to the world more.
Yes, I do believe Candace has told me that there's someone or some people who have that footage, and they're probably just being strategic with when and where they released it, because
absolutely
it's also a gold mine.
Yeah, oh, God, I mean, it is Austin music. Like, there is nothing more Austin music than that venue. You can argue Antone's, for different, depending on what the point of reference, right? But yeah, man, absolutely. And so, what other organizations talk about Dance in Austin? Right. Silver Belts, Sagebrush, saw Feel So Good on the poster, and all that stuff. Saw you've done a little work with Ramon over at Resolute Media.
Yeah.
Good dude.
Yeah, Ramon's awesome.
Yeah. Will he be involved in Stay Weird at all?
I hope so.
Yeah. All right.
I can't recall if I reached out to him again for this year, but if I haven't, that was my plan. So Ramon, if you're out there, please join us again.
So, other than Stay Weird Austin, do you have plans for any other kind of marquee events, or do you kind of want to focus on what Stay Weird Austin is?
Well, Stay Weird Austin is probably going to be my main focus. I think it's going to always be the meat and potatoes to my plate, but but we are doing some events to support Stay Weird Austin.
Okay.
They're almost like promotional events, but also just fun events in themselves.
Yeah.
So we're going to have 2 this year.
Okay.
One is going to be at Show Me Pizza.
Very nice.
On the final Friday that they do there. Every final Friday they do live music and have, pizza, drinks, specials.
You got Gators playing?
No, his name is Pearson Saxon.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think he's the one who normally plays there, but I hear the guy is wicked and brilliant, according to Benjamin, the owner of Show Me Pizza. So that's gonna be a lot of fun. Yeah, we'll have some like flamingo themed pizza. There's gonna be like pink crust, or it's like pink chicken. Or he's gonna do one of the two. Benjamin, he's a mad scientist.
All right, I like it.
And so yeah, that's gonna be a ton of fun. July 31st. That's gonna be from 6:30 to 9:30. So it'll be a nice little thing to go do, after work, if you don't want to get too crazy.
Sure.
But you want to drink some beer out of a keg for old time's sake and listen to great music.
It's been a while.
I know, it's been a while since I've had a kegger. And then also we're going to do one at Saxon Pub.
Okay.
That is going to be August 12th. And that one, to be completely honest, is due to our boy Aaron G. Like Aaron, I don't know if you've heard of him or not, but he's a musician, and he'll have lots of people come up and play with him and stuff, including Nico Little.
Nice.
And so he'll be doing some at Saxon, and he just asked if we wanted to collab on it. So I was like, yeah, dude, I'd be happy to support. Hopefully bring some people out there, and at each of these events, we'll have flyers with QR codes, and we'll be trying to get people to come out.
I discovered Aaron through Reed and Local Sets.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, man. Great artist.
Reed's awesome too.
Reed's great, dude.
That is a man on a mission.
Yes, he is. A man on a mission.
So consistent.
That's a great word for Reed.
Yeah.
Consistency. I mean, God, the guys, we were just talking, I think he's like at episode 230 something or 250 something. I'll text him on a Friday and like try to grab a beer. He's like, dude, I had 5 shows this week. I'm going home. I'm like, God damn. All right, dude. Sounds good, man.
And it's not like he's just throwing some rinky dink
setup. Right.
It is professional.
It's professional. It's intentional. It's real. He's gone over going from venue to venue and man, but everybody who has any involvement with Reed has nothing but good things to say about him as a person. And then, like you said, his production is top notch.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Local Sets ATX is one of the coolest things that we have in town.
That guy's actually going to get involved this day. We're at Austin too.
Good.
Uh-huh.
That was going to be my next question.
Uh-huh.
Okay, good.
Yeah, and shout out to him, man. Reed is awesome. So yeah, we're going to do a walkthrough of the venue soon, and then he'll be able to get an exact idea as to where he can realistically post up shop. Because I think he's gonna be doing probably like a still camera.
Yeah,
I don't think he's gonna be walking around with a gimbal or anything like that.
Makes sense.
So yeah, very stoked to have him involved because he does great stuff, and you can count on that guy.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, he's in a similar position to me. He's got a family. He's like us. He's got a career. And he's got a passion for not just awesome music, but really supporting the musicians. He's the type of guy who's never going to take a dime out of the musician's pocket, and that's just how he feels, and it shows in how he handles business. So yeah, shout out. He's also just a good friend of mine, so I just I love the guy.
I mean, I'm not surprised. You've got a great thing going here, and you care a lot, about the Austin music community and probably Austin at large. So
yeah,
I'm not surprised that you guys are homies.
So if resources were unlimited, what's like the number one thing you would do as Think Flamingo?
Okay, so this is honestly something that I'm already thinking about. Wonderful. If I can make it make sense.
Yeah.
Funny enough, that's a band name for my buddy's old band. They were out of Dallas. They were actually really good, but I don't think they ever had a chance to record their stuff like at like a nice professional studio.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just thought of it because that was their band name, make it make sense. But yeah, so I what was I talking about?
Your big initiative.
Okay, yes.
Resources.
Yeah, the idea. So if I had unlimited resources, I think one of the first things I'd do is just make the event free. And just eliminate that barrier if it is a barrier for some, because the world's crazy right now.
Yeah, of course. It's a huge thing.
Yeah, not everyone has a ton of resources to be thrown around. So that's probably the first thing we'd do is make it free and accessible to anybody.
Yeah.
Which would then require us to expand probably outside of just Sagebrush, because I mean that place would if it were a free event. I mean, maybe I'm biased, but I would like to think that it would get jam packed. Where it's doing one in, one out at 6 o'clock.
Oh, with the lineup that you have and the community partnerships that you have, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah. So I mean, that would be great to do, and if we get enough sponsorship money in future years and stuff, then maybe we can make something like that happen.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, that's a great initiative. I mean, that's everything.
Yeah, and then of course, we love the types of artists that we're partnering with these days.
Yeah.
But if you were to also be throwing some free money on top of it from sponsors or from, if we're just thinking of the hypothetical here, we'd probably also want to get, some even bigger names in Austin involved, like Gary Clark Jr. or, folks who have Shiny Ribs is a great one, Shaky Graves, it'd be great to have those folks because, they're old Austin in the sense of, folks who are still around here. Jimmy Vaughn, I'd love to have those people, but it's a little harder.
I feel like you crossed that threshold getting Bob on the first one, man. I feel like that's an easy threshold for you
Bob
now.
Schneider, dude. We were so stoked on him last year. Yeah. He played great. So thanks, man. Yeah, no, I appreciate that.
Yeah. So when you go around town, what kind of music are you into? I mean, I feel like I have an idea, but like, who are you going to see if you're just going to see live music, or what venue?
Yeah, I would say definitely Sagebrush. Obviously, is one of my favorite venues. I also live 5 minutes away, so it's very convenient. I do frequent the horse.
Yeah.
White Horse is always fun. Although it's kind of ironic, is I'm not a huge two-stepper, but a lot of my friends are really good two-steppers.
Yeah.
So
and I'm sure Tech was like this, but it was at A&M. It was like a mandatory, like you have to just learn how to badly dance. Like Hurricane Harry's in the hall and all that at A&M, and I don't know what the venues are up in Lubbock, but I'm sure there's plenty of them.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I didn't really get into country music until I met my friend JD Clark.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I mean, that's a great guy to get into music with, man.
I know, but like even when I went to Tech, I always just viewed and carried myself as the Austin hippie.
Yeah,
Guy a little bit out of place, but still had plenty of friends and good times and stuff. But yeah, JD Clark really put me on country because his shit is so good. Also, he was my homie. He lived 4 doors down.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we used to say 3 doors down, but it's a little too cliche because we weren't actually 3. It was actually 4.
Dude, I saw there's some kind of music festival. It's like Creed, 3 doors down, like
killer. That's awesome.
And I'm like, Nickelback was on the lineup.
Take me back to Nickelback.
Dude.
Yeah, dude.
There's another one that I really want to go to, and it's genius. It's in Vegas. I forgot the name of the festival. It's like outlandishly priced, but it's all the pop punk bands that we all jammed in high school, right? It's like Taking Back Sunday, Yellow Card, Blink, all those guys.
The prices are just stupid.
Oh, I mean, they're genius because they're marketing to millennials now. And millennials that are in their mid-30s now that have the resources to do something like that. But the used, like all those bands, I'm like, man, that'd be awesome show to go to.
Yeah, I'm sure it would be.
All right, so sorry, I got sidetracked there, but JD Clark got you into country, and so that's really at Sagebrush, the horse.
Yeah, Sagebrush, the horse.
White Horse.
I don't know. It's just fun calling it the horse. It almost like gives it more respect.
Yeah,
because it just encapsulates that word.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, some other places. I mean, there's a lot of places that just have great musicians, but like, of course, like C-Boys or Continental Club. But I was gonna say, there's even like just one-off places that I'll go to. Even West 6th Street. I'll even go catch the music that LSD played at the Rustic Tap. So but yeah, like the ones I frequent, probably East Austin, South Austin.
Yeah, man, I went to Africa Night at Sahara Lounge.
Yeah.
I had never been to Sahara Lounge.
Oh, yeah.
And that immediately became one of my favorite venues, if not like top 3 in Austin for me.
Yeah. I think I know why, but tell me some things you love about it.
Well, as I've been here 10 years. I can't call myself an Austinite, but I feel
think so.
I feel like, I was here when the city was, you could feel a transition happening, but it hadn't, the switch hadn't flipped.
Yeah.
Well, and that's completely relative to who you're talking to. But I don't know, there wasn't one bachelor party or bachelorette party in there, and it was like the ceilings are low, the Christmas lights are half working, half aren't. The bar is 5 feet long. I go and I give my ID to the gal at the front, and then she's the headlining bassist, and she's got the Willie braids, and I'm pretty sure she's the owner. I forgot her name.
I'm not sure either.
And it just, man, everybody's there having a great time. Everybody's there just loving life, and it's not a fashion show. It's not, it's just a place for people to relax and listen to great music. I don't know, and nothing against bachelorette parties. I love going to the White Horse and seeing that because that is from a business side a big reason for stimulating who we are as a community. So I don't have anything against it, but I was by myself just enjoying listening to some music, man.
Oh, you were just by yourself?
I go to a lot of shows by myself because I really get a chance to just kind of sit in the corner and just really pay attention to what's happening on stage.
It does sound kind of fun.
And not getting distracted by any kind of social agenda, which is not a bad thing. I don't want to paint that in a bad picture, but like, I can literally just like sit at the corner. Like I'm imagining, like I always find that corner spot at Antone's where the bar ends up against the wall on the left there, and just kind of hang out and literally just pay attention to what's happening on stage. And I don't know, man, as a musician, it's fun to just really study. and it's kind of a way for me to study what's happening. And I don't know, I just really enjoy it.
I mean, to me, that sounds like a little mini vacation.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Especially if you got 3 kids.
Well, yeah, and it's a stress reliever, and I'll just go and might have a beer or two, might not, might just hang out and just watch some good music, man. And I've been lucky enough to now make a couple friends in the scene. So going and checking out their shows and like knowing them at a personal level just kind of elevates that experience for me personally. So yeah, I just love
have you ever thought about how, if you got to be really famous or have current people who are really famous, they can't do something like that?
Yeah.
That's a completely different life.
But you say that, and then Thursday night, you see Gary Clark Jr. at the Continental Gallery, and nobody's really bothering him. Yeah. Or like I've been at Seaboys and I was ordering a drink. And I turned around and Zapato's right there, and he's just watching Jimmy play, and nobody was bothering him. I mean, this guy just got off stage with freaking Clapton, right? Like it's just like
yeah, good point. In some places you can't find people who respect.
But no, you're right. I mean, like if a movie star walks in there, somebody's probably gonna.
So yeah, I mean, there are some things to be very appreciative for, even just as a run of the mill everyday guy.
Hell yeah, man!
But still special.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, that's why I love Sahara Lounge in a roundabout way.
Yes. Okay. So yeah, on that note, man, one of the things you said that I will say frequently about a place I love, and there's 2 other ones I can immediately think of, is the low ceiling. I love a low ceiling, and they also have that at the Broken Spoke.
Yes.
Which is very fun. And Sam's Town Point.
Yeah.
You've been there, man.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Okay, I've got a corner spot there.
Okay.
It's right outside the men's bathroom. They've got these 2 like felt recliner chairs.
Oh, yeah.
That to me is my corner of corners in Austin, Texas, is whenever me and my girlfriend Shannon can just go post up back there by the pool table and just in the very back. And I feel like I'm in some kangaroo patch of like Austin, you know what I mean?
Just swaddled by the Austin.
So swaddled. Where's my binky, dude? My binky is a lone star.
Yeah. Oh shit. Amen. Yeah, man. That venue also speaks to the cultural just Austin community for sure. I mean, it's off the beaten path. You think you're going to somebody's house, and all of a sudden this gravel parking lot opens up. It's just like I am here.
It's so cool.
I've reached the Mecca.
There's a double wide trailer.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, let's just make this a dope ass live music venue and bar.
Yeah, man. I don't know how long they've been around, but
I want to say maybe the 90s.
Yeah.
I know that they are a legacy business, which is what Preservation Austin refers to as a local business that has a single location and has been around for more than 20 years.
Huh. So I wonder if they consider Antone's a legacy business because they've had like 5 or 6 locations.
Yes, they would, and they do because it's just an existing single location.
Yeah. Okay. Makes sense. I never knew that.
Yeah. Every October, it's called Legacy Business Month.
Okay.
And they pick 10 businesses that are legacy businesses, and they include them on a passport, like a real life looking passport, but you go and get a stamp from each of the 10 businesses, and they give out raffle prizes at the end of the month, for people who go and do it. So it's a really cool thing. And, I would end up maybe finding a way to combine that with Stay Weird Austin, honestly, because it's kind of in the same vein.
Yeah.
I wish we could take our forces and put them together to make one masterful thing.
Honestly, when you said the tours earlier, what came to mind was like, it'd be cool to do I mean, this is a total touristy thing, but if you're talking about preserving the culture of Austin, like a venue tour.
Yes.
As I'm saying that, I feel like it exists.
Maybe,
but just like the silly bus, the one that drives around and like can float or whatever, but keeping it specific to the culture of Austin music and the venues. I mean, you could just ride down Red River alone, right, and then go down Congress alone, and talk about the importance of a lot of those spaces. And
that is a phenomenal idea. I shall create Stay Weird Austin tours.
Let's do it, dude.
And have that be a part of the business. That sounds like more of a reoccurring revenue.
Yeah.
than an annual festival.
I mean, well, you can get one of those old school, what's it called? The Chevy or Ford vans. Oh God. It's like Star. Come on, help me out here.
Okay, so you're telling me that there's a van?
Like I'm saying, like a van, chop the top off, like one of those stupid tours and that they do. Like, God, hold on.
Yeah, no,
it's gonna bother me. Ford van for tours.
1111. Shout out Shannon.
One of these things. Here, I'm just gonna show you.
Let's describe it for anyone who's listening to this.
So, white van, 2 large windows in the back. It's got like the pure 90s like paint accents.
Yes.
Like one of those.
Oh, I don't know what name those things have.
The E-Series, whatever.
They are beautiful.
Chop the top off. You know what I'm saying? Put some bench seats in the back. Throw you a little PA and just talk about awesome music venues.
That couldn't hold enough people, man. I need to have like 50 people.
Okay. All right. Well, school bus then. Still, I want the top chopped off, dude.
Something's getting chopped off.
Yeah, no. I think you should look into it, man.
Yeah. We should partner up for that somehow.
I'm in. So what else? What else do you want the world to know about Think Flamingo?
Yeah, man. Well, for one, it is Think Flamingo with a TH. You know, so many of my friends and family, they're like, "Oh man, I love what you're doing, Pink Flamingo." You know, which is, you know, I can't hate on that because it's kind of
your
part
swingers
of the thing.
club arm of the business.
Exactly, the Pink Flamingo. No, yeah, I mean, so yeah, that was just a little bit of we're just having fun here, but yeah, I mean, what would I like for them to know? Well, I would just like for them to know that me and Think Flamingo, Stay Weird Austin as a whole are always open to working and collaborating with people. So I would absolutely love to just get random messages from people, even if they aren't pursuing something like this, you know, awesome music people or like their own, or if they're in the music scene or anything like that. But if they just have been in Austin for a while or just have a great idea and just want to share something, you know, critical feedback, you know, that stuff is always welcome. So, I very much look forward to continuing to expand like who we're working with. That's really my goal. And, you know, I'm reading this book for the second time. It's called The Go-Giver.
The Go-Giver. Okay.
It's a cool book. It essentially is a story that will make you wonder how you can get the most out of life. And it's not by taking it or like grabbing life by the horns. It's what value can you bring other people, and then the universe will reciprocate that back. So like the more value you can bring more people, and like the greater the impact of that value, the more that you're gonna get back. So yeah, just wanted to drop that line there for myself so I can always just keep that top of mind. But also, it's not a bad mindset to have.
No, it's not. And I mean, I would say if you think about all the people, like even the people that we've just talked about on the show that you love in your life, it's probably because they're givers. They give you time, give you resources. They might give you money, whatever. it doesn't matter. It's the giving that because they want to support you and they believe in what you're doing, either as an individual or in your mission. And so I agree. I think that's just. It's kind of like the golden rule. It applies everywhere in life. And it's definitely a big part of what I try to do with this show and clearly what you're trying to do. And so I love that, man. So I do ask one question to everybody.
Yeah.
What is your take on live music capital of the world? That term.
Yeah. I think people can view it in many different ways. So, you know, it's like trying to argue like who's the greatest basketball player of all time. It's like, all right, well, some people will die on a hill saying that one person, you know, so it's all how you look at it to start with. Yeah. But I do think that we can still call Austin the awesome music capital of the world because of a few different reasons. But we do, I think, technically still have the most music venues per square mile than any other city. You know, we might not be at number one anymore, or I don't know if that was just part of the marketing aspect of it or not, but I still feel like you're going to get all types of live music, and you're going to get it in all types of businesses and venues. And to me, having that breadth is very important to be able to say that. And I mean, we had that term coined in the 90s, I want to say. Yeah. I don't take it too serious. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's just a marketing ploy, honestly. Sure, but you know, where it comes from is true and genuine, and I will always take pride in that. So if anyone ever tries to say Nashville is the live music capital of the world, I'm not gonna argue with you till I'm blue in the face or anything. But let's be honest, Nashville is probably more country music. You know what I mean?
Of course.
Yeah. And we've got country music too, but we've got everything.
Yeah. One thing that I feel like, and I think this is really just me, I know that there's a rap and hip hop scene here, but when you think of Austin, you don't think of rap or hip hop. And correct. I think that there's something missed there, because I know that there's great artists in town. I've had one of them on the show, and I respect his music and his lyrics and everything like that. But I don't feel like the presence is at least acknowledged. And again, this might just be me, because I haven't been to a rap show in Austin in a couple of years, and I just don't see. I know they exist. I know they're out there, but I wish it was a bigger part of the scene.
Yeah, 100%.
Fresh on my mind. That's all.
Yeah. I mean, I myself, I haven't seen many lately either, but I definitely have some friends who I knew from high school and stuff who are pursuing it. I've got one friend, he goes by Busy Bino.
Okay.
He's pretty good, man. He's got some great songs. And so, I mean, I love to, go to and see more of those opportunities as well. I guess, right now, if you were to think of all the people who are moving here, I think that there's probably a loose stereotype that most of them fit into. Yeah. And it's just probably not here for that type of scene, for music or rap or hip hop, sure. I mean, but, let's see if we can do something about that.
Yeah, man. I mean, and the only reason I say that is because it's top of mind, and it's just top of mind.
Of course.
So how do you think we keep Austin music weird? How do you think we do it, man?
I think we do it by folks being themselves and not trying to just be a voice on the radio. Nashville. Yeah. I'm just kidding. I'm just gonna make my entire opportunity here to just shit on Nashville.
Just dog on him, man.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm sure I got friends I don't even know live in Nashville. So
sure.
And there is one guy who moved out there named George Burge. I think, I want to say, George Burge. Yeah, he's an awesome boy, and he's actually making it pretty big in the country music scene. So he's doing great. Definitely some great people who are still doing good stuff out there. But I think we keep Austin live music weird, but it's probably just the people. Yeah, the people themselves, and then just making music that they want to make, and not just trying to, like I said, get on the radio or just get a label. They're making stuff that's true themselves, and. And I mean, if you're a creative person living in Austin, Texas, you're just gonna feed off of everyone else, and usually with creativity comes a little bit of weirdness sometimes, you know what I mean? So I think it's just organic that way.
Yeah. Good answer, man. There was no good or bad answer, but that was a good answer.
Thank you.
Well, I appreciate you coming, man. It's been fun getting to know you, and thank you for what you're doing. I think you're hitting the proverbial nail on the head for sure. And I'm excited to go see what's up on August 22nd over at Sagebrush.
Yeah, dude, it's gonna be so fun. And thank you so much for doing this, man. Yeah. This will not go unnoticed. I'll always remember my first podcast experience, And
I love that, man.
Very well done. You got a great aesthetic here, So yeah, dude, you keep doing what you're doing too.
Thank you, man. Thank you. All right, we'll see you. Thanks for listening. Know someone we should talk to? Give us a shout on Instagram at Austin Music People. Tell your friends, tell your family, get out there and support Austin music.